was scrolls that the scribes and them wrote on. But then Most High gathered, through his Most High Spirit gathered them, he appointed men to gather them scrolls and put it together into one book, which we call the Bible today. Understand? So he said to speak not according.
Right, with this company. Right. Compile all the texts to make a comprehensive book.
It's had a lot of people compiling, like, during the so-called Renaissance period. You know about the Renaissance period? During that period, it had a lot of people compiling the scrolls, the holy writings, and making it into books. Like, it had the Geneva Bible, which predates the King James Bible. It's a other Bible, I can't remember off the top of my head. It's a Ethiopian Bible. Yeah.
If it is that you have all these people compiling
Right.
prophecies in the scriptures, right?
Right.
How do you know what's going to happen? It has so much translation.
Oh, well.
Or so many different people compiling. Let's say King James and so many other people you mentioned before, right?
Right.
How do you make sense of that?
No, well, all they did was took the prophets of old, their writings that they wrote, and made it into one book. They compiled all into one and call it the Bible, which the word Bible means a collection of books. That's what you
Biblios. Back to Biblios in Latin tongue.
can. It's Selassie, I know.
I don't know remember, but I don't know where it is.
Oh, well, he is just. Well, from my research with the man, they had to go back to a prophecy of so-called Marcus Garvey, which he made a prophecy, Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Look to the east for the coming of a black kingdom. Right? Now, Marcus Mosiah Garvey predates Selassie. He was before Selassie. So, from what I research with the man, he don't even have, like, he wasn't the right man to even sit on the throne in Ethiopia. But they put him there. The rulers of the earth put him there for a purpose. The purpose was, he was the one to get all African nations united to go under the United Nations in youth. That is what Selassie was for. And he had a lot of, they gave him the power and the play and all of that in Ethiopia. But to say he was a god, that wasn't he. No, that lie. Because they were going in the Bible, they would pull out precept in the Bible and die for First Kings, the 10th chapter or the 9th chapter. From you could get that. Yeah, it's First Kings or Second Kings. Leave it Second Kings. Second Kings chapter 10. When King Solomon gave her all her heart's desire, and they say he come from Menelik or Melanik. Selassie, I come from Melanik. That is a lie. Because I went back and I predate all the names who was on the throne, not too far back, but like still around the 1800s, who was the king in Ethiopia. I could do that on Google.
But even if you read the Bible and you read the whole of Solomon and you read to the last part of it, it will tell you that, that people who are successors of Solomon, they follow that the grace of God. That's Selassie, I guess. So, even if there are people who don't have God Selassie, I will trace this like right back to Solomon.
No, Selassie lineage will go back to no Solomon. Selassie was actually an East Indian, really and truly. Solomon was a so-called black man. Selassie was a setup, he was a puppet king in Ethiopia. That is all he was. But the prophecy of Marcus Mosiah Garvey, this is what is Rastas on them now take and say this is the man who Marcus Garvey was talking about. Which he himself, even when he come down here, I believe he say, I am not no God. But they took one Marcus Garvey, because Marcus Garvey, I believe he was a Jamaican. And he said, look to the east for the coming of this black king. So when they see Selassie, them Jamaicans and them, they say, well, that had to be the black king. So them formulated a whole religion of he.
If you look look at Revelation,
Okay.
they say
You know,
that the scroll is supposed to be open. So the man who will not open the scroll will be found in Ethiopia.
in Ethiopia? No, that's not in the Bible.
In Revelation.
The Revelation? That's not in the Bible. I can't recall that.
See, well, I went to visit on the word Ethiopia. And pick up a new meaning in modern times. I think it means Ethiopia means black. So when they hear the word Ethiopia, it doesn't literally mean that he would have come from Ethiopia, but it was showing that there would have been a black person who would have opened Ethiopia. Black as in melanin. So like, we would use the word black to describe ourselves now, but in those days they might have said Ethiopia.
Well, Ethiopia mean burn face. But here, loosely translated as black.
So if all of these things that we discussed in all the different translations of the Bible, it's like if two people read it, and you give me your interpretation of it, and the other person gives me a very convincing interpretation as well. So how we will be able to tell the truth?
Well, that would be how
same book and the other people using the same
that would be how to read the scripture. You got 2 Peter 1 and 19.
But sometimes it goes down. That is very combination. It will reach a point where it'll be like, I don't believe this part of it. And the other person will be like, I don't believe this part.
It's a Romans 3 and 4.
Now say that they believe a part of it and the other person believe a part. How would we actually find the truth? Because you're trying to convince me when you're telling.
No, we're not trying to convince you here.
No, not me.
We just bringing out the truth.
But you have to be convinced with it.
The scripture
But
say if
for me to be convinced, I would want to read some of your books.
yeah, you could well.
Compare it to my book.
What's your books?
Well, I look at, I don't really believe in one particular book,
Why not?
but I try to go as far back as I can to look forward different translations.
So what is your race? What is your race? What race are you? You're African.
I just look this way, my brother.
No, I'm not talking about skin color.
Yeah.
So alright, there's an African. What is your nationality? What? You're Trinidadian. Alright. So do you know these two things that you just claim to put on yourself? Go back to a man giving them thing? A man calling that something. You know the word Trinidad go back to when Christopher Columbus saw here, a name here after the... Right. So why would you call yourself that in 2022? Are you three mountains? So then why are you claiming that on yourself? But you see when you come to the Bible explains all of these things, not Trinidad, but it gives you an identity.
That's right.
To identify yourself of these people here. Which is what you're supposed to do, because Africa and all is the name of a so-called white man. Leo Africanus Scipio, a Roman general who fought Hannibal Barca in the Second Punic War, and he won. And because he won Rome, Hannibal Barca, you can look him up. There's a so-called Hannibal Barca. You can look him up, he's a so-called black man, right? He used to rule North Africa and them regions, right?
I call them so.
Because they call us that. This is black. We not this color. Am I that color? But then the so-called.
Okay.
Them tell we black. This is black. I not black. Well, they're just very melanated, but we not black. Black is a derogatory term. Black is a derogatory term. You not black, I not black. We are different shades of brown. And the people in so-called Africa that color is because they have very dark shade of brown. But the brown skin, because the hair and the skin are sure it's not the same color. The hair black, but them very dark skin, the very brown skin. You understand? Good. You
So, you mentioned that when it comes to the Bible, it gives you identity. It causes us to remember ourselves, which was prophesied to happen. And these are the books that they have in the world, like the Bhagavad Gita. Some of our people into the Quran, some of our people into different history books. These books will bring you back to your identity like the Bible does.
Right.
Like there were a sequence of events, things that was declared to happen to the children of Israel, which is clearly happening to us today. So this is how we have regained our identity by going into the scripture. The scripture says the Spirit in Romans the 8th chapter bears witness. And the Spirit, as brother was reading earlier in John 6:63, the words are spirit. So the words testify that we are those people.
Alright.
right? This is the book of Malachi chapter 3.
But that's read it before you read that. It's,
Okay?
Right? This, Malachi 3 is 16.
This is the book of Malachi chapter 3 verse 16. There it says here. Then they that fear the Lord.
And that is paramount. This is what you have to do in these times. This time is not about seeing how much knowledge you could gain up here and there and so like, and everywhere. But coming back to the fear of the Lord.
That's right.
And the fear of the Lord as spoken of in the book of Psalms. I believe that is Psalms 110, the last verse. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding of all they that do his commandments. So basically tapping into the fear of the Lord is getting back to your true power and doing what he says. Living a life pleasing to him. So they that feared the Lord did what?
They that fear the Lord spake often one to another.
Like we do, we commune with one another through these words. When we not here off camera, we still on camera. Because we go home, we do videos. These videos are seen because we go on YouTube, we stream on YouTube, and these videos are seen across the world. Brother might do a video to encourage a brother quiet in Jamaica, encourage a brother quiet in the States. There's a conversation in the spirit happening between the men of the Lord that fear the Heavenly Father. Go ahead.
Goes on to say, and the Lord hearkened and heard it, and a book of remembrance was written.
And what? A book.
Book of remembrance.
A book of remembrance. And this is that book that brought our identity back to our remembrance, because as pertaining to prophecy in Jeremiah, somebody could read out Jeremiah 17 and
All
4.
these scriptures you read in some King James Bible.
So, yeah?
King James.
They have a problem with the King James?
Sorry?
They have a problem with the King James?
Yeah, I just find people that use the book that justify certain things, like in the Bible you have. They justify why they enslave people.
That's very white man did.
But this is what I'm saying.
Make it enslave
I'm using the book. I'm not making this up. It's what the book says. And if you're reading the book, it will say that. It doesn't actually condone having somebody enslaved and telling you to kill this person.
fix it up, man.
You gotta understand, you're dealing with the circle white man is the circle. And what he did was, he took your words, he took your book, and he used it against you. But what the movie Eli, the book of Eli, where the white man was saying that book is a weapon. You understand? So he took our words and he used it against us, being that at a certain point in slavery, the masses of us couldn't read. We were illiterate, basically. So he used that advantage to read the scriptures to us and give it his own interpretation to forward his wickedness. But that doesn't say that these words are to our evil.
Right.
They're actually for our good.
Right.
When you read the scriptures, the outline of what is being said from even Genesis straight to Revelation, it speaks about the Israelites, which are the so-called blacks. If you look at the chart, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, by which category we fall in, are going to fall away from, they fell away from their power and are now today being returned to that great sacrifice that was made to the Son of the Heavenly Father called Yahweh Shai Mashiach. As the story, and then we're going to receive, as pertaining to Luke the 12th chapter, a kingdom that is going to be eternal. That is the good news. But they took it to justify wickedness. And we hear today the Lord, as the scripture says in 2 Thessalonians 2, he's going to destroy them with the spirit of his mouth. Cause teachers to arise. Cause men to arise that has the understanding of these words that are combating those lies that he spoke. And the reason, because if you look at this image here, he would use the Bible. He would use the Bible and then show you this white Messiah. But through the Spirit of the Lord and the prophets that were sent, that have the Spirit of the Lord upon them, we go into the scriptures and show you that this is false.
Correct.
You understand?
false.
Which is what I say.
Yeah, because the Bible did describe Jesus as a black person.
When you look at the Songs of Solomon and stuff and you read it, he's describing a black person.
Yeah.
And why would you remove that out of it?
Exactly.
No, well, the white man put it in that way to get you to tune to that way. But it's not that.
So this step, so they remove the Songs of Solomon, right? Then these, they say the words.
They remove the Songs of Solomon.
That's power, isn't it?